guys, I am going to do a tutorial for you today on how to style your bob into soft, beachy, kind of messy tousled waves. I actually have a client of mine requesting me to do this, so I thought what better time to do it than when I'm getting ready to leave the house. So I'm going to show you how I do it. First of all, I prepped my hair with some of this Pureology Color Fanatic 21 Essential Benefits. It protects from the heat, seals your color, makes it shiny. It just basically, this is your all-in-one everything product. I also put about 5 pumps of this Bedhead Totally Baked product into my hair. My hair, I mean, you can see it has body. It tends to be a little bit on the fluffy side. It has a natural wave, and it is soft though, so if I don't put something in my hair that's going to give it texture, it's just like really puffy, fluffy, soft. And for these waves, you don't want, you know, full body. You want more textured, tousled, you know, kind of a feeling to it. And then I also put some of this Matrix Style Link heat buffer over the top because I just need all the heat protection that I can get. I feel like ultimately this works better with second day hair, but again, if you're starting with clean hair, prepping it is really going to help. So I'm in a section using a control clip here. Now, the shorter your bob is, you're going to want a smaller iron. So since my bob is on the shorter side, I'm using a 3/4 inch iron. If you're having a longer length bob, you can opt more for a 1 inch. The point is you're wanting to see movement in the hair. The bigger the iron is, it's just going to look more full, more body-like rather than wavy. So I'm just going to take large sections and I'm going to wrap away, and I'm going to leave the ends of my hair out. Now, especially right in the bottom, I want very subtle wave. If you get it too big in the bottom, it's going to stick out. So when you're starting off, it's almost going to look like you hardly have anything going on with it. You really don't want a lot of curl. The idea is texture and, you know, movement, soft wave. You don't want curl in the hair. You want your ends, you know, definitely on the straight side. Depending how well your hair does or doesn't take curl will depend on how long you need to hold your hair in the curling iron. And the key that you can see here, I'm wrapping it, I'm not clamping it in. You clamp it in, you're going to end up with ringlet kind of curls. You're going to look like Shirley Temple. Sometimes, depending on your length, if you have longer length hair, sometimes I'll open it up, wrap it, and then clamp it over the top. That can help seal the heat around it, but definitely not sliding your hair through the iron, because you don't want to collapse it down and make it flat. You don't want ribbon-like curls. And depending on how much your hair is taking the curl, also you can pull on the curls if you need to. I'm just going to stick this over here on that side. And honestly, I hardly ever like my hair on the first day. Like I said, it's always better on the second day. Even after this is slept on, it just looks better. It collapses it so it's not puffy. It doesn't, you know, have a whole bunch of body to it. So you can just kind of leave that for a minute, let it sit there while we do the other side. Same thing, I'm just going to grab big sections. And another thing, the longer your hair is, the farther down you can start your curl, like holding it further away from your scalp. Obviously, if your hair is on the shorter side, you're going to have to go a little bit closer to the scalp to get the wave pattern in. Otherwise, you're going to end up just with, it's just going to look like you curled your ends, and we don't want to curl the ends. We just want movement through the hair and really trying to leave the ends out. You don't want them stick straight, but you definitely don't want them like a springy curl. And I'm doing my curls just kind of all going back away from my face. You can alternate the direction. Also, you know, to make it more messy. Again, I feel like just with the texture of my hair and how it is, unless my hair is on the longer side and I have more weight to it, if I curl my hair going all over the place, it's just going to be huge. You know, and I'm not really, my goal is not to have fluffy, large hair. And then finally moving on to the top layer here. Okay, so moving on to the back, it's kind of hard to show you and face forward at the same time, but what I do want to show you is when I start to curl the back of my hair, I'm starting from about right here. This bottom part, I'm not even going to touch. If your hair is board straight, like just hanging stick straight, you can, you know, maybe grab your iron and kind of clamp it and just do little twists just to give it the slightest bit of movement. But really, if you have any wave in your hair at all, because of this being so tousled the way that it is, it's not curled, you're not even going to be able to tell the underneath. And really, by curling it too much underneath, all you're going to do is bulk out the bottom, and it's just going to be huge and puffy in the back. So starting further up, again, you're just doing the same thing. You're just putting movement in the hair. It doesn't need to be perfect. You want it tousled. You don't need to overdo it at all. So definitely, if you're able to, leave out the very bottom part, and if you absolutely need to because your hair is so straight, go ahead and, you know, put just the slightest bit of curl to the bottom just to give it a bit of movement, just so it's, you know, the ends are kind of kicking out and it blends it. Because once the bottom is all let down, all you're going to see is this, the bit of movement underneath. You're not going to see those hairs, so it's not necessary to try to curl all of that. And the more used to it you get, you know, you'll be able to just feel and know what hair you've done and what you have left. I know some people feel like they have a hard time with the back of their hair just because they can't see what's going on back there. It always helps if you have a handheld mirror, and you know, as you go through the sections, if you need to, you can pause in between and then turn around and hold the mirror up and see what you've done, what you have left. Oh, another tip that I wanted to share, there's so many different kinds of curling irons. Personally, I prefer doing waves like this with a metal iron of this type versus a ceramic iron. The reasoning is for, you know, this tousled, messy look, I feel that an iron like this, it leaves a slight bit more texture to the hair versus a ceramic iron. Ceramic irons, I feel, from my experience of using them on other people and using them on myself, tend to make the hair a bit too shiny and kind of collapse it. I feel like the hair doesn't seem to hold the curl as well. And it's like I want my curl obviously to hold and not collapse, but also I just, this style is not supposed to look, you know, particularly healthy. You're not, you know, not supposed to have like, oh, these, you know, beautiful, glamorous waves. It's supposed to be messy. It's supposed to be tousled, and it's not supposed to be kept looking. It's like the messier the better, you know? You don't want to look like you tried too hard. So I'm going to kind of run my fingers underneath a little bit. Don't run your fingers through, you know, so much that you're really combining the hair together, because you don't really want it, again, you don't want it meshing together and looking too glamorous. You want it just more on the messy side. One thing that is nice about doing it like this is I feel like it does end up kind of calming down a bit. Again, I don't like having mine, you know, too puffy or fluffy, and it kind of looks like that now. But tomorrow it'll be prettier because I'll sleep on it and it will relax. But anyway, to seal everything in, have a little bit of spray here. This is L'Oreal Freezing Mist. I live in a very humid place right now, and it's not friendly for the hair. My hair will revert to doing whatever it feels like doing, so a freezing mist is key. And as you can see, it took me about 12 minutes when you take the explaining away to do it, so hopefully it'll be really easy for you. You can add it into your routine. Let me know if you have any questions, and I can try to do any other videos for you if you guys want. I love all of my guests back home, and if I can do anything to be of assistance while I'm here, let me know, and I will try my best to help.